Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2017 Ford F-250 and you're looking at something to carry your bikes from point A to point B, but you want to save your hitch for something else, and you don't want your bikes just to be thrown in the back of your bed, willy-nilly, then the Kuat Huk full-size tailgate pad is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. But like I said, this is a great way to carry your bikes from point A to point B. Like I was saying, you can use the bed of your truck to carry your bikes, and I think that's a great way to move them. Now, the only issue with that is your bikes can get caught up in one another. They can scratch one another up too. And then when you try to take them out, your pedals can get caught on the spokes, and that can just be a real hassle. So if you want to avoid that, this is a much better way to carry them, and it's just going to look a lot neater back here too. And I think it does do a really good job at holding up bikes. And we can hold up to 6 bikes at that. So that's going to be much more than a lot of your standard hitch bike racks too. And it does do a fairly good job at holding your bikes into place. I'm really moving this pretty hard. You're probably not going to find yourself in any situation where your bike's going to move like this. And of course your wheel's going to move some too. But it's not going to make contact with anything. And that's going to be because of the design of this. Because we do have plenty of padding on this tailgate pad, so you don't have to worry about scratching up your vehicle. Now, you're probably going to block your taillight just a little bit, depending on the placement of your bike. If you have a bike all the way pushed over to the side that has some larger tires, it's most likely going to get blocked. But if you have maybe a smaller bike with some smaller wheels on it, or maybe one that's pulled towards the center more, then it's likely not going to block anything at all. And if you don't like it sitting in a location, like I said, there's a lot of spots we can move this to. All you have to do to really move that around is we're going to have this strap right here that I'll just pull out and then just let that fall down. And you'll probably see there's tons of locations we can shift this to. So if I wanted to shift this over to the side a bit, I can definitely put it all the way on the other side. And really, there's not going to be too many limitations. Really, what's going to be limiting you is what's in your bed or just the design of the bed itself. I definitely do like that inside of here, we also have these points or these divots in the bed, especially if you have a liner. That's going to help our tires sit into place so it's not sliding all over the place. But whenever the time comes, all you have to do to remove this is lift up on it, lift it above yourself, and then down. And then with it out, you can take it for a ride. But something else to think about taking your bikes in and out of your bed is how heavy your bike is. So that's why I recommend not using any heavy e-bikes with this, because trying to lift up a bike that big and heavy above your head is going to be really difficult. With our bike off, we can really take a closer look at this carrier. And one of the first things I want to point out is we still have access to our tailgate. And to really access it, I'm just going to roll up this flap here. What's nice about it is it has this felt lining underneath. That's great so we don't scratch anything up like your backup camera. You'll just secure it down to the top. And this is where it's going to sit. And now we can open up this tailgate and we can see what we're dealing with on the other side. So what I like about this is we're going to have these straps. As you saw earlier, this is what is holding your bike into place. And since we are making frame contact, not only with the strap, but with the pad, I don't recommend any carbon frame, alternative frame, or any bikes with a really nice paint job, because they might get scratched up some. But what's great about these straps is, as you can see, I can remove it from this point and put it to the point next to it, or even after that. It's a very forgiving pad, letting you have plenty of options to mount your bikes to. Whether you have bikes that need some more space between them, or if you have a lot of things in the bed of your truck and you just need your bikes shifted over to a different location. And we are going to have 4 of these straps that go down across your tailgate. And this is great because this is what holding your tailgate pad onto your tailgate. So if I open this up, we can really see what this looks like from the front side. Those straps are going to wrap all the way around and attach to the bottom part of our pad. You can see it's just a G-hook grabbing onto this end, and this gives us a really good fit. I like that there's 4 of them because they evenly disperse that tension across, Now there's one point that does pop up a little bit right here in the center that I'm not a huge fan of. You might be able to adjust this to sit flatter, but this is just one thing I found with the fit that we have today. Now one con to a tailgate pad is that it's going to block that extra step that you have built into your tailgate. So if you are having issues stepping it into your bed, then you might have to remove this. But that's not too bad to do. Like I was telling you earlier, it's just going to be a few straps that pull down and hold it into place. And it doesn't take very long to take this on and off your vehicle. And it's very lightweight to do too, compared to any of those hitch-mounted bike racks. And what I like about this one specifically is that we do have 4 straps, like I was saying earlier. And with any of those other types of pads, a lot of them will have 3 straps, which won't distribute the tension as evenly as this will. And something else too is when I open up my tailgate pad, or my tailgate, here where our tailgate meets our bed, you're going to have this section right here. And that's going to be really difficult to put those center straps into place with those other pads. So that's why I think this one really fits nicely on the truck we have today. And finally, we can really focus on the material. Let's see what we're living with. So a few things I want to point out is we're going to have this padded surface. So there's going to be 3 sections of that. We're going to have one in the front, top, and back. So all sides of this will be protected so you don't scratch up your vehicle or your bikes. And we're going to have this TPU surface, and that's going to be very abrasive resistant and weather resistant. So when it is sitting outside on those sunny days, it's not going to be fading over time. And when those bikes are really rubbing up against it, especially with that dirt, rocks in it, it's going to be less likely to get scratched up. What I also like too is it's very easy to clean. Now, as you can see, we do have some scuffs here at the bottom where a tire was sitting at. A lot of times I can just come back over with my thumb and wipe that off. It'd probably be better if you just came back with a wet rag to take all this off. Be easier even, but as you can see, super easy to maintain. And underneath it, we are also going to have this felt lining, the same material that we have underneath that flap on the front of here. And again, this is just making sure we don't scratch anything up on our vehicle. In my opinion, I think this is a great option, especially for tailgate pads. Now, we do have some other options out there, but like I said, a lot of those have 3 straps, and you can get them on. It's just going to be pretty difficult to do. And if you are planning to get in your truck bed a lot, taking this on and off might be something you do a lot. And with this one, it makes it very manageable to do. But again, that was just a look at the Kuat Huk full-size tailgate pad on the back of our 2017 Ford F-250. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.